Buckle in, folks, and strap into your seats as we're going to be diving into the glitziest, ritziest royal shindig of all time. The pricey and princely wedding that's actually costing more than a small country's GDP. Let me explain. Prince Abdul-mateen of Brunei, who probably has more gold in his toothbrush than we have in our banks, has gone on and married a commoner. Cinderella story, you say? Well, you better hold on to your horses, because the thing about it is it's not all glass slippers and pumpkin carriages. Rumblings of discontent are echoing through the palace halls. Why is this regal romance getting such a side eye? I mean, is the bride's happily ever after gone on shaky grounds? And the million-dollar question is, was this matchmaker's dream actually a royal decree? Get all the scoop and scandals, and of course the luxurious moments on this must-see royal wedding on the #LuxLiveInc channel. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to smash that subscribe button and jolt the notifications into all mode, all in 5 seconds. Trust me, you're not gonna regret it. Now flex those typing skills and drop a #TheLuxLiveInc subscribe in the comments, and let's see what all the hype's about. Tiny but mighty, Brunei's a speck on Borneo that could have you asking, where's that again? I'm sorry, I failed geography class. I slept through that whole thing. It's smaller than a mega concert crowd, but don't let that fool you, as Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah is the star of the show, reigning for 50 years while sitting on a pretty cool $30 billion. A lot of that is thanks to having more oil and gas than a 24/7 diner. He is literally living large and in charge. In his personal life, it has got more drama than a primetime TV show, with a dozen kids from 3 leading ladies. Man, and I seriously can barely keep up with my own wife. Royal weddings here, well, they're practically a mix of Hollywood glitz and Vegas vibes, lasting 10 whole days and probably costing a spaceship's worth of dough. In Brunei, it's not just about having a wedding, it's an ultra-luxe week-long epic moment. 2024 had hit the ground running in Brunei's royal palace with a wedding that gave the Oscars a run for its money. Prince Abdul-mateen, coming in hot as the Sultan's 10th child and 4th son, man, that is a long family tree to climb, put a ring on it to a girl known as Anisha Issa Kalibek. He's 5th in line for the throne, which basically means he's as likely to rule as I am to win the lottery, but no tears for our prince, as his wedding was nothing short of a blockbuster hit. Sultan Hassan Al, aka Daddy Warbucks, spared no expense. Abdul-mateen might not be wearing the crown, but his wedding, pure royal extravagance. Welcome to the Prince Mateen Show, Brunei's answer to a royal rock star. He is the Sultan's right-hand man, zipping around the globe and winning hearts everywhere. Imagine a prince so charming he could sell ice to Eskimos. Come to his wedding day, and it was literally a 10-day royal rager from January 7th to the 16th of this year. It's not your usual cake and champagne affair. No, no, no. This couple danced through a storm of age-old Bruneian traditions. Think, less wedding, American style-ish, and more cultural ultra-marathon with a side of romance. I mean, come on, it is a wedding. In Brunei, where religion is as VIP as the Sultan's hefty wallet, the royals are much more than just fancy faces. They are trendsetters with a holy twist. Their weddings are a blend of cultural catwalk and devout dazzle, where tradition takes the throne. Cue the royal one-way, guys, as the bride sparkled in with a red Bruneian number that bedazzled enough to give the sun a complex. And the prince, well, he had stepped up his game as well, strutting in red and gold and even getting a nod from the fashion police. Like I said, it's not just a wedding, it's Brunei's version of a religiously ritzy red carpet event. This intimate ceremony was a family affair, with close relatives gathering to shower the couple with well wishes and, of course, the age-old request for a football team of kids. Their ceremony is as traditional in Malaysia and Brunei as fruitcake at Christmas, steeped in centuries of history. But wait, there is more. A 17-gun salute boomed in the background because why not add a little flair and bang to the wedding? The very next day, keeping with the tradition of the train rolling, the couple graced the Umar Alisi Fudan Mosque. And true to form, men and women did celebrate separately because sometimes you gotta have a little space to party in your own style. Next up in the wedding saga, the bride floated in like a fashion-forward ghost in all white, dress, hijab, the works. Anisha, usually hijab-free, went full-on traditional here, screaming elegance and fist-bumping Brunei customs. Prince Abdul-Mateen was not one to play second fiddle, who donned his own white threads. Picture two swans on a runway. This scene, the Autumn Quran, it had more heritage and class than your grandma's best china. Now, hold the phone here. It's wardrobe switcheroo time. Our bride dazzled in a new white gown, boasting embroidery so exquisite, it is a tearjerker for crafters. Interstage, the Berbadak Monty. If you are by chance counting costume changes, good luck with that. We're fashionably lost. This wasn't just any wedding, it was the Royal Oscars. A guest list of 5,000 people, including royals and bigwigs from all over, were crammed into the palace while Brunei's streets buzzed with fans. And the highlight? Well, the newlyweds, of course, who were in their open-top Rolls Royce, waving like A-listers at a premiere. This went way beyond your typical nuptials. It was a blockbuster of tradition, glitz, and glamour. Trying to pin down the cost of this royal wedding? That's kind of like saying, where's Waldo in a bling factory? The price alone is actually kept secret, but we are talking mega millions here. Seriously, just a casual day's spending for a sultan. Flashback to 1996. We had the Sultan's 50th birthday party, and that was at least $25 million in cash. Since then, his wallet's only gotten a lot chunkier, kind of like my stomach. Sultan's mantra for party budgets, go big or go home, with a few extra zeros thrown in there for good measure. Prince Matem isn't just Brunei's eye candy. He's got the brains and brawn to match. In fact, he bagged a master's in international studies from London and swapped his scholar cap for a pilot helmet as a major in the Royal Brunei Air Force. When he's not soaring through the sky, he's scoring goals in polo at the Southeast Asian Games. This 32-year-old world traveler is also an Insta star, posting everything from beachside tiger cub snuggles to his latest globe-trotting escapades. Now, moving on to the bride, because honestly, we can't forget the lovely lady. Anisha, for the longest time, was like a mystery wrapped in an enigma, but she's been the prince's plus one for ages, even attending royal weddings like Princess Azamir's wedding. Talk about playing the long game to royalty. Anisha Rosna, aka the surprise princess bride, stepped into the spotlight just recently. Their engagement hit the headlines in October 2023, but plot twist, these lovebirds have been an item for years. Childhood buddies turned sweethearts. Aw, how sweet. Prince Mateen played the nostalgia card, posting a throwback pic on the Instagram when they were just kids. Now, seriously, why the long road to the altar though? Who knows? At the time of tying the knot, he was 32 and she was 29. The press loves calling Anisha a commoner, but hey, let's be real here. She's about as common as a unicorn latte. I mean, sure, she's not royal blood or anything, but with a grandpa who's the Sultan's right-hand man, she's basically Brunei's version of a royal, so that's gotta count for something, right? Plus, she's got a cool mix of Asian and Croatian roots. Not your average next-door girl, am I right? The odds of a random girl ever snagging a spot in the royal family is slimmer than a fairy godmother on a diet, but hold on to your royal scepter here, guys, because Prince Mateen and Anisha Rosna's love story isn't just some overnight fairy tale here. They've been an item for years, popping up together at fancy events like two peas in a posh pod. Arranged marriage? More like arranged by Cupid. And talk about a match made in royal heaven. Both Prince Abdul-Mateen and Anisha studied in the UK, share a love for sports, and have a serious case of wanderlust. Anisha isn't just about royal waves here. She's a whiz in the kitchen too, dishing out cooking tips on Instagram. So what do you think? a storybook romance, or a strategic match. Either way, they are definitely cooking up something special. The polygamy plot thickens though in Brunei, where it's as legal as pineapple on pizza. Controversial, but hey, it's a thing, okay? Sultan Bolkiah is not just a collector of cars, he's got a trio of wives. Picture this, okay? He once rocked the polygamy scene by juggling 2 wives at public events like a circus master. Maria Abdulaziz traded her airline wings for a tiara as the Sultan's wife number 2. Talk about a career leap. You think she might have possibly been dazzled about her new royal role? Well, let's just say the palace perks weren't too shabby. Her royal ride was a real thrill, soaring high with 4 kids, including Prince Mateen. But in 2003, it was a sudden nosedive as the Sultan opted for a Sharia law split. Maria waved goodbye to her royal bling, but her kids kept living the luxe life in the palace. Now, the Sultan's 3rd wife, Azrina's Mashar Hakim, had it tougher. She is out of the palace, minus her titles, allowances, and even worse, no longer sees her 2 kids who stayed with dad. Man, talk about a tough break. Oh, and there's also the twist for Prince Mateen. He could go for the multi-wife trend too. Anisha Rosna might need to brace herself for potential co-queens. Plus, she's got the Sharia law wild card, which means he could change the game at any time. Royal life's never a dull moment, am I right, guys? Anyways, do we really think Prince Charming is stopping at just 1 wife? Well, in the whirlwind of royal weddings, where beauty meets drama like an episode of The Crown meets The Kardashian, who knows? But let's be real, whenever you're rolling in dough like our prince, drama's just another word for Tuesday. And hey, if you're gonna be navigating the choppy waters of palace intrigue, it's best to do it on a yacht made of gold, right? That's a wrap from me, folks, your unofficial royal commentator, and sorry, I just couldn't resist the sign-off. Stay tuned to the hashtag LuxLifeInc for more perks and peeks into the lives of the luxurious and wealthy. See you later.